Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to the Mind Hiking Podcast. I'm your host, Brody Frye, and today's episode must have been powerful. I know I've been on this subject the last couple of weeks, but it's been weighing heavy on my heart, and I really feel the urge to share this information, so that's what I'm doing. Even though some very much so like it and others don't, but this is my journey, and this is the way I'm going. And in a lot of ways, I see this podcast as a reflection of me. And so I'm going to share my thoughts, feelings, and my journey. So with that said, there was a powerful part of this episode, and this episode abruptly ends because I had the episode, or the software that I use actually crashed, and I took a photo of it, but it was the second I said some particular words. I'm pulling up the photo now so I can read it. It says crash reason, exception, access violation, read. Exception, access violation, read. Very interesting. I've never had that happen before, and I've been recording with the same software for a year and a half now, and I've never had that problem before. And all I did was you'll hear the episode. It was a powerful episode, and this topic's been weighing heavy on my heart. And the moment I said two words, the moment I said one name, the episode crashed. And I don't think that's a coincidence. So hopefully you guys appreciate this episode. I'm just going to leave it the way it crashed for dramatic effect. But I love this episode, and I'm grateful that I got it back, because when it crashed, I thought it was gone, but I was able to recover it, luckily. But I thought this episode was gone, and I was very upset, which is probably exactly what these forces wanted. So, yeah, I'm so grateful that I got this episode back, and I hope you guys enjoy, because I thought this one was lost. So with that said, stay tuned. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Brody Frye, and here we dive deep into difficult questions. We'll map out thoughts, theories, and crazy ideas for the love of knowledge and growth. So, how do we answer some of the mind's toughest questions? This is the Mind Hiking Podcast. Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Hopefully you're having a fantastic morning or day or evening, or whatever time of day it is when you're listening to this. Hopefully you're having a good day, or had a good day, whatever the case may be for you. Today I wanted to discuss, I know lately, the last few episodes, I've kind of been discussing similar topics, but it's been weighing heavy on my heart lately, and I feel it's just so important that we know what we're doing, or we know where we're going, and we're making the right decisions. Because what I'm seeing in the world is the line is becoming easier and easier to see, more vivid, more visible, the line between good and evil. And I feel like before it was just kind of tossed around, like, yeah, good and evil, like you see it in cartoons, like the little angel on the one shoulder, the devil on the other shoulder, and it's like just like there, but not really serious. But it's becoming real, and it not becoming it. It's always been real, but we're just starting to notice it. And I think it's just our Western society that's the only. I don't think this. I know this for certain. It is this Western culture, this society that we've created. That's the first and only culture to not be together in the belief of something spiritual. We're the first culture to think that you live and you die, that we're just here to reproduce and then die. We're the first ones to have ever just not believed in anything, and no wonder why there's such a mental health crisis. It's sad, and that needs to change, and it is. And you see it more and more, but not just for the good either. You see the word demon tossed around so much more nowadays. You see the word Satan tossed around so much more nowadays. You see so much dark stuff. You see so much satanic stuff. Like, and I'm not just talking like my opinion of something satanic. I mean, like, literally Satanists, like out proclaiming Satanists that admit it. Like, there's a satanic, like, cultist building, kind of far away, but like from where I am. But I have a friend of mine that said that they were driving past that, and they just moved to that area, and talked about how they saw a circle of these people out in the field naked, dancing around. And it's just like more and more of that. Like, the line is becoming clearer and clearer, and it's like there's no middle anymore. There's no like the Bible talks about, like, lukewarm Christians. That's becoming less and less. Like, the middle ground, or like the non-believers, are becoming less and less. Like, you're either on one side or the other, and that's becoming a hard line. And I think it always has been, but now in society, like, people are choosing a side, and you better be on the right side. Because this is, it's amazing. Like, it seems like we just packed like a century worth of cultural development in the last 4 years here. We've gone through so much societal change recently, and it's amazing. If you like, and not only like do you have this hard line of this, but you also have the hard line of information and open minds and open eyes. Because you get like people, like, you talk, like, for me, the more I talk about this stuff and the more I speak, the more people I find like-minded. But also, you find people that are absolutely clueless and think you're crazy because they have not the slightest idea, because they've been tucked under a rock for their whole life and have no idea what you're talking about, which is amazing to me. So you got a hard line of information as well. People that are right at the same level as you, like, that you wouldn't expect. Like, they know just as much as you do, and you guys can have a genuine conversation about it. And then people that would surprise you too. And then other people that you'd think, or like, that seem like they know what's going on, but then as soon as you talk about it, they have not the slightest clue of what's actually happening. And which is sad. And that's just, typically those are the people that still listen to mainstream media, which is dead. But people are still staring at that grave of mainstream media. And it's sad that people still have any belief in that. Where it's like you get podcasts with tens or even hundreds of millions of views, listens, and then you got these mainstream media like channel TV shows that are maybe 400,000 views, which is it's just, like it's totally dead. And but you still have people that are totally brainwashed and believe in that system. And so there's just like you're getting hard lines. You're getting these hard lines in society, and it's just becoming clearer and clearer. And we gotta be on the side of having the right information, keeping that open mind, and finding the right information. And there's intuition in you. There is a force inside of you that will guide you and direct you. And one of my biggest struggles is being overwhelmed with the amount of information provided. And like I find myself, like, unfortunately, I swear a lot. But I find myself just like Katie, my fiance, she's amazing. I love her very much. But like I find myself just doing like something in the kitchen, like I'm doing dishes or whatever, and or whatever it is, I'm folding laundry, and she's in the other room or nearby, and then I'll just like mumble to myself like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "What?" And she's just like, "Why'd you say that?" And I was like, "What?" And she's just like, "You just said what the fuck?" And I was just like, "Oh, nothing." And or I'll like space out, and she'll be like, "What's on your mind?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And she's like, "I know it's not nothing. You're lying to me." But she's so smart. But like, it's just like I have like had my mind blown like pretty close to daily for the last few months. I like to like take in as much information as I possibly can, as much as I can, but lately I've been just packing on the information as much as I possibly can from all different sources, which is, what's that word? There's a word for that. Eclectic, I think is what it is. Eclectic. It's like the intaking of information from many different sources. Eclectic. Yeah, I think I said it with a P, but eclectic. No, it's not that. It's eclectic. Yeah, eclectic is deriving ideas, styles, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources. So my lifestyle has been very eclectic. My information intake has been very eclectic. And even bad sources that typically aren't trustworthy, or there's information that you can get from other sides is what I'm saying. Like you can hear both sides or all angles. I'm not a big fan of the all sides. I have episodes on this, but it's not just a seesaw. It's not just a one side or the other. It's not a scale. There's always an infinite amount of variables and angles. But where I'm getting at is just taking in as much information from as many different sources as you possibly can, and then deciphering it for yourself. And what you'll find is that you'll have this inner guidance system that can sift through the nonsense, because there is so much out there. There's so much nonsense out there that's just, it's just like filler information that's just all crap. And it's hard to, and a lot of it is just flat out lies. And it's amazing that can be shared on such major platforms. And then you have people nowadays, like, there's such an attack on the First Amendment right now. Just people being sued for hundreds of millions of dollars, up to $1 billion. There's literally a lawsuit happening right now with a certain individual for $1 billion for just for things that he said. Absolutely insane and outrageous. It's a total attack, and that it's not, whether you agree or disagree with what people say. This is a door. This is a doorway for that to happen in the future, and there's already other lawsuits happening because of it. Oh, because of like citing this case in their lawsuit, because you guys did this. Now look at, like, what about me, kind of thing. And it's just absolutely ridiculous and outrageous, and we're losing our freedoms, and we're slaves, and we're just giving up more and more. It's like how bad can it get? If that's a question in your mind, it can get as bad as you let it get. And we're just letting it get worse and worse because it's just baby steps. It's just baby steps of evil. It's just Satan's just taking little baby steps towards attacking us, and you just don't see it. And it's like you see that all the time with, and again, there's just so many topics that are like, you either know or you don't know. And if you don't know, you think it's crazy. And if you do know, it makes total sense. But you got to know the full story. And it's hard to get the full story without like thinking it's crazy. And you gotta open your mind and actually, I talk about opening your mind a lot, but really right now at this point, it's open your eyes, because it's all around you, and you gotta pick a right side. You gotta pick the right side. And it's you just see it more and more, but it's baby steps. These demons are just chipping away at you, baby step by baby step, and you don't even realize it. It's literally it's like one of the oldest sayings in the book. It's just the frog in the boiling water. If you drop a frog in boiling water, it hops out immediately because it's in a lot of pain. It's hot. You could say the same thing with you in your hand, or even better, you in your life right now. The saying is the boiling water, or if you put the frog in water before you boil it and you bring it up to a boil, it won't jump out and it'll die because it didn't even realize the temperature change because it was so gradual. So that's the saying. But the same thing is true for everything, life right now. And Satan's slowly chipping away at you, making you make bad decisions, or causing frustration or anger, or boosting your ego. All these things are just from the devil, not from God. And slowly chipping away at you like this, and next thing you know, there's it's just sad. So many people are just totally shutting out God and don't even realize that they're making the biggest mistake of their life. And it's sad, and they don't even realize it because they've been chipped away at for such a long time. But you don't even realize it because it's just such a slow, gradual change. And if you're not going up, you're going down. There's no idleness. There's no middle ground. Like I said at the very beginning, this line is becoming more and more clear. You're going a direction, whether you like it or not, or whether you want to believe it or not. And whether you believe in anything or not, you can't sit this one out. You can't just sit out of this. You can't just be like, I don't believe in anything, so I'm sitting this one out. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't apply to me. Yes, it does. And you're picking the wrong choice. You're making the wrong decision. So this little bonus episode is just a reminder. Please just open up your eyes and start looking around, because it is becoming clearer and clearer day by day. More information out each and every day, and it's just such a scary and sad world that even scarier and sadder for the people that won't open their eyes or refuse to. And that's just Satan, because like if you're knee-jerk reaction is, I know a lot of people are turned off when you say the word God, because that's their knee-jerk reaction. And that's exactly what Satan wants. And that's exactly the point. That's exactly what culture is trying to get you to do. We're all infected, and just, it's this culture is just infected with demons, and they're just trying to get you to cringe at the word God, because they just don't want you to have faith. They want you to, they don't have to make you believe in them. If you just shut out God, then you shut out God, and you shut out heaven and paradise. And that's that. So you just open your eyes and start making the right choices while you still can. Because you still can. Okay, guys, I'm not going to get too deep into any topics here, so just wanted a little reminder for this bonus episode. It's weighing heavy on my heart, and I want to do my part and do the best I can to spread Jesus' love for everyone, and let everyone know that you got to turn to him. There's no saving without him. He is the physical embodiment of God. It's like condensing down God in all his glory and power into the physical form of a human being. And there is no being saved except through Jesus Christ.